Okay, welcome back to Shining Force. We are... In our last episode, we cleared out the Cavern of Darkness, got Orb of Light, and found out that we are the Chosen Ones who have to stop... You know, actually, when I think about it, the spirit that appeared in the Pool of the Ancients, all it really told us was Cain is trying to find the key to get an evil thing from behind the door, which we already knew. I think it could have given us a little more detail. That would have been helpful. But in any case, we have to go east across the sea to stop Cain. And we gotta get a boat from the good people of Rindo, but to convince the mayor, we're gonna have to rescue his son from an evil circus. Which is... Isn't it amazing that that's... Oh, I forgot to make a second save file last time. Oh wait, actually I don't know if that's... I guess I would have to make a copy of it. I'm not really sure. It doesn't let you pick which file to save it now that I think about it. But in any case... I gotta... Is this guy the weapon shop or the... Oh, this is a theater. I want to buy Arthur a spear before we get going here. If I can remember which building is up, it's somewhere around here. This is the item shop, but I want the weapons shop. Is it you? It is not you. Ah, here it is. There's a weapon on the wall behind that guy. I'm assuming he will sell them. Okay, we're just gonna grab a spear for Arthur so he has a ranged option. There we go. Alright. With that, I just think it's amazing that this game, one of the battles in this game is you fight an evil circus. It's delightful, you know? It's just like the most random shit. I love that there's just wacky shit in this game that has nothing to do with anything. I guess we have to talk to the mayor first, I'm guessing, to get the event flag to trigger. Yeah, he's probably gonna be like, my son is missing. Sure. Alright, we had to talk to him before we can go on the quest to find his son. And because this is a tactics RPG, obviously the way we're finding him is that we're gonna fight a battle on a map. That's the mechanic of the game. This guy... He's like, there's a bunch of dangerous people and a child is in there unattended. I think that's fine. You have someone else guard it. Remember this lady, we met her in Alterone, and she was all like, I can see the future and you're gonna die. She was pretty obviously a villain. She's also apparently an elf or something. It's unclear. It's the Shining Force. And then she really takes after Cain of Runefaust because she also just disappears rather than kill you. So this is a tough battle, actually. So we're fighting two unique enemies. If I remember right, they don't appear anywhere else in the game. It's possible that there's something else that has the same sprite, different stats. But you can see that these mannequins are a bit tanky, and the evil puppet has freeze. But it only has freeze 1, so that's not too bad or anything. And our army is a little bigger now, too. And yeah, you can see that we can't really change the order of our army, unfortunately. We've got more bats. Some treasures. The map is full of weird stuff. It's kind of delightful, like these swords for sword swallowers and a ball for balancing. So we mostly have these mannequins, and then we also have these dire clowns. So you can see they have rather high attack. So they are going to hit us pretty hard. And then we have this guy. This guy, it's amazing to me that they put this enemy at this point in the game. And let's just walk through why this is so crazy. He has 35 HP and 13 defense, so he is not going to be easy to kill. It is going to take a while to whittle him down. He's also decently fast. And he has really high attack. So he can just punch us in the face and kill us too. But look at he has question mark MP, right? Well, essentially that means he's never going to run out. He can cast Freeze 3 as many times as he wants. And this is the first time we're seeing level 3 magic. It's maybe in theory, if you had the patience, you could grind your mages until you got it. But realistically, this is the first time you're going to see it. The level 3 magic it covers a huge area and it does a lot of damage. I think it's arguably better than the level 4 magic, which is a lot of damage, but I think it's single target. The range is just really high. It can hit, if I remember right, up to 3 spaces away from you, and it basically covers a 3x3. It's not a square, it's sort of like a rough diamond shape. It's probably was supposed to be a round shape, but you know, it's a grid-based game, so it's not going to be perfectly round. So it is going to be incredibly difficult to get anywhere near enough to this guy to attack him without being in his range. His range is just super high, and he has enough defense and tons of HP, so it's going to take a lot of our guys dogpiling on him to kill him, and all of them are going to be in his range all the time. There is just no way, realistically, to prevent him from attacking multiple units. You know, with the Freeze and Blaze level 2, they're only a little plus sign, so as long as you don't have your units directly adjacent to each other, you can at least limit who gets targeted. That is not possible with this. This is an astronomical leap in difficulty solely because of that. So this is what I am kind of talking about when I say that this game, like a lot of old games, isn't terribly well balanced, because that jump really comes out of nowhere, and I honestly wonder if it's because the rest of the battle isn't that hard of a setup, and if he just had Freeze too, he'd be a tough enemy, but he wouldn't be as just redonkulous. So I honestly wonder if the designers of the game just didn't realize just how bonkers that was. Unfortunately, she doesn't have the level 2 magic yet, so she's not going to be as useful here. But you can still take a pot shot. Let's show off Freeze. And we'll stack this mannequin here. The map sprites are kind of cute, but in their battle sprites, look how gross they are. They're so creepy. They're scary looking. Like, this definitely has a Circus of Evil vibe. Although, it's sort of interesting that the circus is just full of puppets. Because you would think that they'd be... I mean, you have the dire clowns, so there are clowns, but there's no, like, lion tamers or acrobats, or it's just all puppets. They have good defense too, and May's attack is also not very high. She did not get very good levels ups for attack. She got tons of defense, but you know, it's luck of the draw. But she's tanky, so she's a good choice to put in front here. Although she doesn't have a lot of HP. But see, they only did 1 damage. She has good defense. I guess I'm gonna have him move here so we have another open spot at the front, just so we don't pile up again. That's a constant issue in this game. See if you could change your unit position. I could have had Tao a little closer, but she can't hit all 3 of them sadly, but you can hit 2 of them, which is good. See, if you could swap units before battle, I could get her in position, so. Tragically, you cannot. Otherwise, she could have hit all 3 at once. But yeah, if I remember right, these enemies are all... Apparently this guy's just gonna punch us in the face. Oh no, he's casting Freeze, okay. I don't know why I thought of being adjacent to do that. That's a little strange. Because it actually would have made more sense not to do that. Because then one of the others could potentially have attacked Tao. Don't ask me. The AI continues to baffle. Oh, but maybe, yeah, because of how my units were lined up, maybe it wasn't possible. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I think these sprites are, except for the bats obviously, are all unique to this fight. Or at least I'm not remembering any other fights where we dealt with them. But again, it has, I remember this fight, like this, even though it's been so many years since I played this game, I remember this fight because it's so bonkers. Very nice, we finally have another level 7 character. But I don't remember these guys appearing anywhere else, but it's possible that they do, and I've simply forgotten. Oh, and this will be a nice first kill for Arthur. I almost forgot about him. Sorry, Arthur. Very good. Getting a lot of coins here, too, which is nice. I guess the whole party doesn't need to pile up over there. Gord, you can go deal with this bat. This battle will be... This is going to be a little... Oh, no, it's another level 7. We're getting up there, you know, our levels are advancing. It's going to be a little slow. In part because, you know, it's gonna take, we're gonna deal with the guys on the sides, and then we're gonna want to deal with those guys, and we're gonna have to be really cautious about approaching this guy. So, with Sword of Hasia, there's one battle where, I don't know if it's also true in this game, it may not be, but in Sword of Hasia, there's a glitch where Freeze 3 has the same power as Freeze 4. And you fight the boss of one battle is a mage who has Freeze 3 at a point in the game where it can one-shot any of your characters. I think maybe there's like one who will have enough HP. So I fought that battle by literally counting squares to make sure that we were not in his range until we were ready to one-shot him. I think we still had to sack a character just to have any hope of killing him because he just went too fast as well. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So you can see the problem is that the range of the spell is 3, so he can pretty much attack almost anywhere in this upper area. So that's very, very tough. We're probably gonna have to just let somebody die in order to make any progress on him. This chest is already open. Let's see, we do want to get that. Well, we can get the... I'm trying to remember if the tent remains after the battle or if it packs up. I think it remains, but I guess we should try to get the chest first, just in case. It's been many years. I don't honestly remember. It'd be kind of shitty, but if it did, but... I think I'll save that one for Arthur. Still got tons of these bats. Guess I'll send a few more people over there. And go help with the bats. I guess you can just... Gort's level 7 too, why not? Gotta clear some of these guys out. The bats don't give that much XP anyway, honestly. Yeah, he gets so little. The bats are... They're still annoying because they can hit us with status effects, but in terms of power, they're not super threatening at this point. They still dodge enough of the time that it's irritating. Wow, Lo almost one-shot them. Ah, how satisfying to have the healer almost one-shot. Ooh, ouch, this can be dangerous. Whispers an ominous incantation, what? I guess that's its, like, special move? I should not have put her in front. I didn't think that they would hit that hard. I forgot how fragile she was. I guess they can, like, absorb HP? I did not remember that about this battle. Oh, nice, he's level 7 as well. I'm not gonna restart just to res Henri. She's, like, already level 6, so it's not like... You know, there's an issue with her level, but if we have to restart regardless because we lose, I will bring her back. But man, yeah, I didn't expect that. I didn't anticipate it. I don't know if he can actually one-shot this guy. Not quite. But on his next turn. And then that KO should be enough. Gort, I'm gonna have you actually progress a little because Lo can handle that. And this, I think, is putting him in range of the dangerous guy, but we want to kill this evil puppet. It's dangerous. Can do a lot of damage, apparently, with its weird life-stealing move. More than I expected. Unlike Lo can easily handle these bats. Unless he falls asleep, which he may. It wouldn't surprise me. No, he's fine. Ooh, just took some damage. Somebody could have sworn, but I guess it was Henri did, but she died, so we can't heal her. Dagger clowns, they're clumping up there at the top. I'm hoping he's gonna be one of those bosses who will not move until we attack him, but wow, dang. Dang, really? Man, Arthur, you are not very easy to level up. Okay. I do want to level him up, so I will actually retreat and restart. I didn't expect him to get doubled. Oh, he's fragile. So fragile. I guess we may as well let Hans get a kill here before we go. Because we can't restart until it's Ben's turn anyway. That power ring is helping a lot. Okay. Ben, 2 of your friends have died. It's time to restart. We're off to a... we're starting the episode so well. Well, part of this was because I was trying to I was trying to level up Arthur, and he does not have very much HP, and also I should not have moved Henri forward. I did not realize she was going to be in range. At least it doesn't cost much to res people yet. As you go up in level, it costs more. It's not so bad right now at all. Okay. Off to the circus again. Oh, this is a small battlefield, but it is a tough fight. Some of the bats are not tough at all at this point, but like the evil puppets and the boss are pretty tough. I wish Henri had a level 2 spell already. Like, Tao learns them at lower levels, but she only gets Blaze. I don't remember if she ever gets the freeze spells at all, or if she just gets them much later. But Henri is learning both sequences, so it will take her a little longer to get those higher level ones. They're really good when she gets them, though. Gotta level her up. She'll be able to get all her magic. Because that's the thing, is the way to deal with those super dangerous enemies, magic is one of the best ways because it's fixed damage. So when you get the really high level spells, potentially what you can then do is just like save your MP and use it to blast like the one really dangerous guy and just try to take them out as fast as you can. So the high level spells are very useful. I'm sad that May didn't get that much attack in this go around. I had high hopes. Her defense is so good. You know, I had such high hopes. We're really close to killing that evil puppet. We really want to get rid of that evil puppet. Very good, Tao. Now she learns sleep. It's not terribly useful. None of the status spells hits very often is the thing. So pretty much only the attack spells are worth it for the mages. Heal and detox comes in useful periodically and stuff like that. And heal is obviously good, but all the stats effecty ones are not really worthwhile, I would say. They're just not very... It's like a lot of... Especially a lot of old games, the game... they're not useful primarily because they just work so rarely, and it's like you could have used your MP to deal damage and just kill the thing rather than statusing it. And like the enemies you might want to use them on, like the guys with tons of HP who are really dangerous, well, they're gonna work really rarely on them, so there's no point. Arthur should actually be able to kill this evil puppet. This would be good. Because he's dangerous and we want to get rid of him as soon as possible. Good job, Arthur. This should level him up. Excellent. All he got was 1 defense. Not very excellent. Excellence levels at record lows. Oh, actually, I was about to say Arthur could pick him off, but no, Luke did it by himself. Oh, good job, level 7. Well, at least he got points in 2 different stats, I guess. Sigh. Sometimes the members of my army disappoint me. Ben is the one who needs to heal. Well, Chris is over on the other side, so I'll send Loda over here. We need to just very carefully bait some people out. Hopefully, this won't kill him. But the thing is, which you can see here, Freeze is a little more powerful than Blaze. Not a ton, it's like a small difference, but it is more powerful. And the thing that you're seeing here is that the vast majority of our characters cannot survive 2 hits of Freeze. So it's much more dangerous than it seems. Because yeah, it's pretty much fixed damage, so it's not going to kill you. Oh, very nice, level 7. Oh, all I got was speed though. But, and if you've had any chip damage, you can see that some of the enemies here hit pretty hard. So for our less meaty characters, who don't have as much HP, they can end up in quite a bit of danger. That's why enemy magic users are just great. They're generally a priority. You gotta kill them as fast as you can, because in 2 turns they can kill one of your guys. They just, because of the amount of damage they do. And, you know, you can't, like, hide your characters or, like, put your tanks in front or anything, because obviously they have ranged attacks. Oh good, Ken woke up really fast. I guess because he's higher level now, I think that does actually affect it. Can we heal Ben? This is so tough. I realized I could like count the movement spaces and stuff, but the AI is unpredictable enough that I don't really want to. And also, it's really annoying having to count space in all tactics games. Like, once you've played a modern game that just does that for you, like you press a button and the ranges appear on the map, it's really hard to go back because the convenience is just so nice. That's like how in we're in danger again. In I want to say Radiant Dawn and Fire Emblem, The higher difficulty mode just removes the ability to see the space on the map. So it's like, that's not really about difficulty, that just makes it more irritating. It doesn't require more skill to play the game, it's just annoying. We're in a tricky position here. Should I attack this guy? I think I'm gonna have her go help out against these bats just so we can clear them up and not have to care about them anymore. I'm kind of in the way. Whoa, deadly attack, 20 points. Very nice, Chris. Very nice. These bats are so weak now. They're just pathetic. They give us a little X. I don't want to be hurt to be too close to the mannequin, so I'm just going to use freeze. It won't kill this guy, but anyone else will be able to kill him. He's not in range, so I'm gonna... And the mannequin is surrounded, so it won't be able to hit Ben. Or the evil puppet, rather. So we're just gonna pick some of these guys off while we can. Gort can finish up. The bats won't be able to kill Gort. So we can just... Oh, seriously? I just want to finish up the bats so I can stop thinking about them. They're annoying. They're not really a threat, they're just irritating. They're just so... Like, that's something that I'm like, that's not fun in games. That's not an interesting challenge. It's just a random thing that just makes it take more time. It doesn't like require me to have more skill to work around it. It doesn't make the game more interesting. It's just irritating. I hate stuff like that in games. I think she may be in range of the Frigates 3 here, but I just want to wrap this guy up. And like, most of the map is in range of it, so there's a lot we can do. Or of this top part, anyway. We just gotta very carefully. Who got injured? I want to say it was Ben. It was Ben. Gong, you go heal him. Just wanna keep everyone as high HP as we can. Most of us, I think, will be one-shot by Freeze 3. That's why I say it is not balanced for that to be here at that point in the game, because you can't really do anything. You can't block it. There's no way to like boost your defenses against it or anything. It's just a thing that can just kill you, because at this point in the game, you're not ready to face it. Especially, we've had some bad luck too, I'd say, with our level ups. We have not gotten very much HP overall on quite a few characters. Ken, we got pretty lucky with, and he got plenty of HP. And main character, I think his name is actually Max, I think, but we call him Ben in this playthrough. Very nice. See, sleep is not effective as you get to higher levels, even for the enemy. I'm being super, super cautious here because Freeze 3 is really, really dangerous. It will remain dangerous throughout the game, but it's especially right now when our HP is just not high. And I mean, there's not really anything you can do about that. That's just luck of the draw. And even if we got unusually lucky with it, we're generally not going to have enough HP at this point in the game to handle that. We just aren't. So it's very unbalanced, honestly. Particularly when you consider how friggin' tanky the guy is. So we can't even just, like, try to just blitz him down as fast as possible like we did with the Dark Mages in the last map, just try to kill them really fast. You kind of can't. So we're just gonna have to see how this battle goes. I did beat this in the past, so it's not like it's not possible, but I do recall it being annoying. I think probably we'll end up having to sacrifice someone to get him to come closer. Which is annoying. I feel like I feel like it just is annoying that it's... I feel like it's not designed that way in an intentional way, where it's like, this is a strategy we want the player to use. I feel like it's just... It's an old game, and the designers at the time didn't necessarily think that, like, didn't necessarily see that as an issue, because it just... modern ideas about game design didn't exist. And I'm sure some people would be like, you know, well, games in the past are harder, and that's a good thing. Games nowadays are too easy. But to me, the way I think about it is that I don't mind playing a difficult game, but I want the difficulty to be more skill-based. So where it's like, in order to beat it, I have to do a really good job of coming up with just the right strategy and making the right move at the right time and like making really good use of the information that's available in the game. Whereas things that can just view if the RNG rolls a high enough number for damage, to me, doesn't make the game hard in a way that's interesting, or I would say makes you use more skill. It just makes it hard in a way that's random and arbitrary, which isn't interesting in my opinion. I don't like find that entertaining to play, because it's like, oh, I guess I gotta do this now. It's just annoying. You know, you just try it a bunch of times and hope it works. And I think a lot of old games that are sort of like legendary for being really hard are difficult primarily for things like that, where there's a lot of randomness or things that aren't really skill-based difficulty. Whereas I would say modern games that are difficult, and not like things that are designed to be retro, like rage games and stuff. There's stuff that's designed to evoke that, you know, because for some people that's really fun. You know, they love like a Kaizo Mario kind of thing where it's like, although I would say with the Mario ones, they demand like perfect button presses, but they're not necessarily random. But there are people who that's like a game design some people are nostalgic about, they remember from their childhood games. So I'm not saying no one likes them or they shouldn't exist. For some people that's really fun. But I would say that for most modern games, it's more favored to the difficulty to come from skill-based things. Which I think does make them feel easier in a way, because you can get better at them by having more skill, whereas with things that are based on randomness, they just are what they are and there's nothing you can do. You can see that this guy, we're in range of him, but he's not attacking, and I don't actually know what causes him to. It might be that he won't attack us until we start attacking him, but it might also be that it won't happen until we attack the marionettes, which is very different. And there's not really a way for us to know that. Or the dire clowns, rather. I kind of want to lure them forward and kill them first. So that we don't have to deal with all of them at once. Because that would suck. See, the problem is that we're not going to be able to kill him in one hit. We're not. And it's going to take a while. So having Ken, like, rush in and start attacking, I feel like isn't the best move here. I think I'll have him just search this chest while I have people... Oh, nice! This is for Hans. So we'll move the power ring somewhere else after this. He won't need it. I think I'll give it to May. She's falling behind a little in terms of strength, and she's so useful in terms of her defense. And they're not arranged in a way that makes them useful for Tao to fight either. Because they're not next to each other. I guess we have enough people next to these guys right now. I might as well start fighting the dire clowns. I'm hoping that will not trigger the main dude to attack us. It's hard to know. Because I played this game so long ago that I don't remember the behavior of the AI in this fight, and I don't know that it's like terribly consistent across the whole game. I honestly do not know what will cause him to activate. I'll start whittling this guy down so we have people on each side. So it's gonna be a hard fight. I guess actually what you could do, in theory, with the main guy is... Or actually no, I was thinking that it's like, oh, Freeze 3 has a longer range, so you get guys right next to him so he can't attack you. But he can also attack someone right next to you, if I remember right. It's like, it's a range of up to 3 spaces away, not it has to be 3. Ooh, that was a tough attack. It wasn't a deadly attack, though. It was a stunning attack. So, are those both just critical hit messages, and it just... Or are those actually different things? Like, that's a type of attack that the dire clown happens to do. Very nice, though. So now comes the really dangerous part. He's only using... Fuck. You know, maybe if that's Freeze 3, Shining in sort of Heisha, Freeze 3 had a much larger range, but maybe in this game it didn't. But you can see that the damage it did was really high. That did 16 damage. Most of our units do not have 16 HP, and there's not anything we can really do about that. Oh, he has magic resistance too, I'm guessing. Or he just resists freeze, I don't know. We basically I'm gonna just have everyone who can attack him just pile in. May's attack is kind of low, maybe that wasn't good, but, evasion, like, look how much this sucks. is all I'm saying. And look how much there just isn't a lot we can do about it. Evasion also, like, we can't do, there's no spell we can use to make him easier to hit or raise our accuracy or anything. Oh, at least that was a good hit. But we just, there are hard limits essentially to the amount of damage we can do rapidly. And there's just also limits to how much HP we have. We still have Gong just heal. And we can only have 3 people adjacent to him, so there's only so many people who can. And unlike Fire Emblem, there's no rescue mechanics, so we can't like move units out of the way. In Fire Emblem, you can kind of get away with stuff like that by just like shuffling your guys around, basically. He won't even maybe do that much, but there's no one else on this side anyway, so it's like every point of damage is going to help here. Even if he can only do 1, that honestly could make a difference, so we just gotta do everything we can. I'll just have Chris heal because there's really nothing else we can do right now. There's no point in like saving the MP at this point, because this guy, for the most part, is not going to be doing damage to characters and then we can heal it. He's mostly going to one-shot us if he attacks with freeze frame. So there's no point in like saving it for when we need it. I'll just move him back a little. Tal's gonna go up here and cast the highest level spell she's got. But even that, this is about the most damage we can do. And well, with this guy, yeah, he must resist magic. There are a handful of things to do. So these two will probably just die. Yeah, see? It does 16 HP, and neither of those units has that much. No one did 17. And we just don't have that many units who do have that much. Overall, we just don't. Oh, that was the best thing ever. Double attack, deadly attack that did 16. That was really, really lucky, I gotta say, because Ben has enough HP, partly because we got, you know, if you get unlucky with the level ups, he might not. He's just barely above the threshold. But he had enough HP to survive 1 hit of the spell, so he would be okay. But that was lucky, because we were running out of, we would eventually run out of guys. Light will never defeat darkness, but it did defeat you. The evil woman was going to take me to Runefaust to feed me to a dragon. Would a dragon really want to eat this one little tiny person? I'm going home and never leaving. I think this child has just learned the wrong lesson. he seems to be traumatized. I think, you know, you shouldn't, just don't go to evil circuses alone, kid. You don't have to never leave your home again. But yeah, you can kind of see why that battle was so tough, because basically all we could do was stand next to that guy and just wail on him, and hope we survived long enough to kill him, basically. And that was just like, that's that. But we did win. We had some losses, so we're gonna have to res people, but honestly, for a lot of these battles with the high-level mages, that's just how it is. You have to accept some KOs. You probably should have noticed that, buddy. You really, really should have. So let's go back to the church and res people and save the game, and then we'll cross the sea. That battle didn't take that long. That's the thing is, it's not. It's pretty short in part because the map isn't very large. There's not that many enemies. It's just that guy in the middle is super, super dangerous, and there's a lot of our units that he could just straight up one-shot. But like, you know, we can't keep them all away. We have to kill him, so you just have to run through your guys and just do as much damage as you can. And that's honestly a viable strategy in quite a few maps of the game. And rezzing people is a mechanic of the game, and like, it doesn't even punish you that much for doing it, so maybe that is honestly part of the intended strategy. It's like, there's certain enemies that you just can't kill without a lot of your dudes getting killed. But, I personally don't think it creates that interesting of a challenge. It's just like, hope we get lucky. Just attack this guy a bunch of times, and hope we just get through it. I honestly think it's probably because the developers of the game back, you know, way back in the day when this game was made, just didn't, and maybe it didn't occur to them how, like, random chance-based that would be. Do we have to talk to the mayor first, or, oh. I just want to get on the boat. I don't care what the mayor has to say, okay? Couldn't he have just sent word? Oh, sorry about that. If you saw something flicker on the screen there, this Genesis collection, I am playing with the two Joy-Cons, right? The full controller. And the left stick controls motion. The right stick, when you move it up or down, lets you enter like a quick save menu. So if my thumb hits it by accident when I'm like trying to press the A button, I accidentally opened that menu briefly. I can't believe you guys let him wander off to the weirdo circus all alone. That was a terrible idea. Well, at least everybody's happy that he's alive. Okay, now we can go get on the boat. We just... Oh my god, lady, move out of the way. Just... How did this NPC... How? Is she stuck there? Do I need to restart the game? Oh, good, she did eventually move out of the doorway. I was a little worried that something went wrong there. I have not seen NPCs stay in the doorway like that before. Okay, now we can get on this boat and go across the sea to the east. Oh, I think there's gonna be a battle pretty soon here. I recall this map, basically. I was like, oh, I think there's a battle when we're on the ship at one point. And don't we end up going up to this land like it's an island or something? I think there's like a mermaid, and these are my hazy memories, but I do think that some shit goes down. Yeah, she like sinks the boat, I think, and we like get sucked through a whirlpool into some crazy... I'm like, this is hazy, but this was coming back to me. The fire actually looks pretty good with the smoothed out graphics, I gotta say. It looks kind of like... almost like a sticker, like very nice clean lines and stuff. It looks like a little sticker. You'll serve it as an example to all who dare oppose Runefaust. You already blew up my entire town. More examples are not needed. Also, I like that she's summoning the fire in one by one very carefully, because when you're going to burn a boat to the ground, you know, you want to make sure you do it in a very tidy and orderly fashion. Good riddance, insect. Now she's pulling the cane trick and disappearing. Run, the ship's going down! So we went on this huge little side quest there to get a boat that we're not even going to use. This is such a tease. Also, Ben is not running. I can't move him, by the way. Oh, now I can. Okay, good. Let me see if I can examine the fire. Nothing is unusual about these flames of hell. Oh, look at that. So sad. My boat. This is bad. That was the only ship in town. Seriously. That side quest was all for nothing. It was pointless. What? They burnt your ship? Now we have no single ship in this town. The only other town with ships is Uraanbaatar, but it's a long way from here. Oh, I think this is the one, that thing we saw to the north where they have to let the gate go down. It's very remote. It's far northeast. Go to Shade Abbey first. Ask my son all the details about the journey. Tell us what the deets are. Head north to Shade Abbey. You shouldn't have much trouble finding it. It's directly north. We saw it before. So the entire thing with the circus, that's honestly, that kind of makes me love it even more though, because it was so out of context. It was just like this circus has shown up. It's not at all clear why they did. They didn't seem to have any particular evil plan. They were just hanging around being vaguely menacing in the circus. And we just fight all these like puppets and clowns in the circus. And then it all comes to nothing. It has nothing. Like, the game could have just sent us straight north to the Abbey. It's just this random side mission that's super insane. But see, the gate is open now, and we can go up here. Shade Abbey, which we heard of earlier. Remember, some guy was like, oh, you should go that way? And this is where we're going to get our first bird people characters who can fly, so they're really useful. They ignore terrain. Help, my name is Amon. Amon? Not sure. Please save Balbaroy. He'll die unless you help. Of course we will help, friend. We are friends. Now, we seldom get visitors, but you are welcome. This place seems nice and normal, right? Well, we will find out that that's not so. There is a secret here. But first, let's explore a little. An old Abbey record. The Legacy of the Ancients was created by the gods to confine a vast evil. What? I thought if the Legacy of the Ancients is the gate and all the stuff they left, wasn't it created by the Ancients? Where did the gods come into it? I honestly am not sure what that's trying to convey. Oh, and look up at the very top of the screen there. Do you see those moving feet? They're from a zombie sprite, if you recall from some battles. We're not going to go in there yet, because when we do, we'll find out a dark secret of this abbey. Few know the truth of the Legacy of the Ancients. The danger is unimaginable. Again, I entirely blame the Ancients for the fact that few know the truth. They did not... We're the people guarding the goddamn gate, and we don't know the truth. So they did a terrible job of record keeping. Just write down somewhere, behind this door is a giant fuck-off dragon that can destroy the world. Don't let it out. Okay, thanks. That's all you had to write. That's literally it. Simone knows. Who is she? How does she have a book that tells her all this stuff and we don't? The purpose of this abbey is to prepare the way for a young man who will appear. The Ancients foresaw that Ben here was going to show up. They foresaw all the crazy shit that would happen, but they didn't take any steps to prevent any of it. I don't know if this is like, oh, once they foresaw it, they couldn't change it. I don't know. Maybe it's that style of, future vision. So we're going to read some things here. Do not toll the bells without permission. People will be annoyed if you do. Crypt, no admittance. Let's go check out the bell. Can we toll it? I'm so confused. I don't know what's real and what's my imagination. So this is a bit of a hint that, all is not well at this abbey. We cannot toll the bell without permission, by the way. Ben is a good child and won't do it. Hello. Where am I? What am I doing here? So basically, the implication is that... I like how, you only get something for search, basically, if there's something to find. So for very many things, you get nothing is unusual. Not just like there's nothing to find, but nothing is unusual, which Ben is hanging out in the crypt, full of coffins, and a guy who clearly just woke up from a coffin, and he's like, nothing is unusual. This is fine. But the implication is that these people may be zombies. You'll also notice he's following me around, and now so is everyone else. Soon they will anyway. There's nothing back here. Never mind me. So we're gonna go through the one door we weren't allowed in. Welcome to Shade Abbey. I'm rather busy now. Please see me later. Snarl. So basically, shit's about to get fucked up. Where am I? What am I doing here? Enjoy your visit, stranger. See how all these graves are dug up? The grave is pretty messed up. It looks like somebody recently dug it up. I will say, this is an old game, so like obviously there's not a ton of text, there's not a ton of, environmental effects, or like, you can't really interact with the environment that much, but low-key this is a nice little horror-based side quest. Like, I do like how, when you first go into the Abbey, it's like, oh, this seems like there's someone sort of outside warning us that something bad is happening, but it seems nice in here, the people are nice, and then you're like, starting to notice that, oh, that guy in the crypt's a little weird. Oh, why is there a zombie up here and the guy who saves your game won't help you? And then you go back here and it's like, uh-oh. I like sort of the feeling of looming horror. Am I alive or dead? Where am I? There also is a little understated horror here in that these people are monsters in disguise, as you can tell, but it's not clear whether them being confused is like, oh, just part of the disguise to get us to let our guard down, or whether they've actually... When the zombies and stuff that we fight, these monsters that have been brought back from the dead, whether they like actually retain some of their consciousness and are like confused and suffering, which would be pretty horrifying. I need to get out of here, it's too creepy for me. Let's go in the chapel. Let's go past these doors. And you can see that now all of the townspeople are following us, and they keep saying their same line of dialogue with no change. See, I just think the horror factor is honestly done well here. Like, you open the door and it's like, everyone is following me, and they're still saying the same line of dialogue and acting like everything is fine, and I can't escape. So it's like, it's understated, but low-key, this is an effective horror sequence. I can imagine if this was done in sort of a more modern game that had a little more bells and whistles, it would be super spooky. Legitimately, it's spooky. It's like, having already played it, I know it's coming, but it's like, it feels like the game has suddenly changed genres, from like, oh, fantasy action game and, adventure, to like, suddenly horror. Run, it's a trap! That's the guy we need to rescue. Been praying, and well you might. I was evil the whole... Again, this game could give you a seizure if you have photosensitive epilepsy. You and your pitiful shining force cannot be saved by prayers. You won't escape. He's actually completely wrong. Our game is saved solely by prayers. And I honestly did not realize until I saw that kind of dialogue that, like, the save game guy being a priest is like low-key a pun, because it's like, he's saving us with his prayers. Literally the save game, so I love that now. How fitting that you perish in a former chapel of light. I leave you now in the care of my minions, who know well what to do with you. A, they're all undead, so I don't know if they know anything in the traditional sense. B, this guy is carrying on the proud Runefaust position of teleporting away as soon as we're in his clutches. Undead, dispose of these pests once and for all. This battle is actually kind of tough. So let's look at the map here. A, we do have Ben up here by himself, so that's a little tough. This guy's turned stone, he can't help us. You can see we don't have any magic using enemies, no one with range. These are all melee dudes, but they're all pretty heavy bruisers, and they're pretty tanky. So the main challenge is you have to kind of try to... And the map is very small, is the other thing. Look how tiny it is. So you can get overwhelmed pretty easily, so you kind of have to, you know, be careful about controlling how many guys can get you. The pews obviously help a lot. Wow. The line smoothing did not work as well in this chapel. It's making all the lines look slightly crooked, like the columns look like they're all crooked. I guess they were too pixelated to really be repaired there. Oh, she just got 6 MP. That was an amazing level up. That was fantastic. That is excellent. Okay, I think I'll actually use Blaze 1 because I want to just save her MP a little, because once we get closer to the guys who are all clumped up, we'll want to be able to cast that Blaze 2. This is good enough to soften them up. And kind of our goal here is to hopefully have some of our heavy hitters get to a position where they can block off our squishies. And we can just pick people off gradually. The pews here help a lot because, oh wow, level 8 already. He's now our highest level character. Not too much from that level, but that's okay. So the pews blocking off will just help us manage the amount of attacks we're taking a little more. But it is dependent on turn order. I'd like to get someone on Ben's right so that he can only take 2 attacks, not 3. You can also see these skeletons. Yeah, like I said, they're really strong. They could kill a lot of our guys in 2 hits. And once in a blue moon, they will double. So the battle is... She's very tanky, so she's a great choice to be our other person at the front of the line here. She won't do the most damage. Oh, I forgot to equip Hans. I meant to do that. Oops. Oh well. You know, that's life. I'm actually going to have him attack the skeleton above him because he can take that zombie for now, and we just want to try and help Ben out a little. He's in trouble already. Oh, that did not do a lot. Those skeletons are tanky. You know, Arthur, you don't have very much defense, but I have confidence in you. You can do it. Give it a try. Seriously, the chapel background did not agree. I think it's because of all the square columns. Ben, please survive this. Oh, that was... Ooh, we gotta get a healer up here. But you can see why this battle is... I probably should have moved him, I should have had him even with the pews rather than one space ahead of it, because then he can only be attacked by one guy. So he may die. It depends on who gets their turn when, right? So if one of the skeletons gets their turns before we can save him, that's that. Chris has the level 2 heal, so if she gets her turn, we can heal. I'm gonna have him just go here so that we leave this space open just in case Chris manages to get in range for heal. Oh, I'm gonna heal Tao. She is in trouble. I really hope Lo gets the level 2 heal soon. It will make him a lot more useful. You can see why this battle is so tough though, because the map is so tight that once you start getting overwhelmed, and again, because we can't control the turn order, if we can control the turn order and we all went in a clump, I could just move everyone back a little. But I cannot do that because we can't control the turn order. Dang! Oh, he's poisoned too. Well, he's dead then because of the poison damage. This is really tough. We may have to play this battle twice as well because I did my strategy here. I could have done a little better. I'm actually gonna have her stay where she is because she can attack all 3 of these zombies, and I think she can survive another hit from the one next to her. And this will just really help the members. The skeletons are the most dangerous here because they're even stronger than the zombies, but the zombies are certainly no slouch. I'm kind of trying to build us out a little here, so we can get more of our guys in the fight. Fuck, Gong, that was not a good time for you to miss. It's a zombie. How are you missing a zombie? They're slow. You fucker. Luckily, Chris did get her turn, so we can heal Ben. Because he was gonna die literally in one more hit, so that's good. Oh, he didn't get all the way back to full, though. He is still in danger. Oh, hopefully he'll get his turn so we can maybe kill one of those guys? Yes. Hopefully he'll be able to kill this guy, and then he'll... Yes, okay, good. I think he'll be okay now. This battle is, like, it's short, too. If you win, it's not gonna necessarily take you that long to win, right? We can kill this guy as well. There's not that much space, there's not many enemies, you're just sitting there fighting, but it is a little more... Some of the other battles in the game, yeah, level 7, very nice. So at least she got a little attack, that's good. Oh, and a little HP, she's weak on that, so that's good too. Is anyone desperately in need of a heal? Who am I actually next to? Gone, kind of, but I also am like, we have to keep attacking, because if I just sit there and heal, you know, we're not progressing. We're not getting to a point where we have less enemies. So, you know, it's kind of, you can kind of just like, oh, this zombie is dodging a lot of people. That's bad. Just want to thin the numbers here a little. Arthur's probably going to die unless he gets his turn, then I can move him. But if that zombie gets their turn, I mean, there's nothing I can do. Healing Ben obviously had to be the priority. You know, we can lose if he dies. But yeah, this battle, some of the other battles, as you've seen, because the maps are so large, they're a little leisurely, you know? You kind of take a long time walking towards enemies before you start fighting them. That is not the case for this battle, where there's a lot of things happening very quickly. Oh, Ken! Man, I know these enemies have high defense, but... Okay, and I'm gonna move him. He can just... Yeah, equip his spear. He's not gonna do a lot, but he can at least help out. If he can hit. Good. He only did 1 damage, but it's better than nothing. And he will not get... Oh, fuck. I forgot he had the poison. I should have had him heal himself. I totally forgot about the poison. Slipped my mind. Well, was he even holding a medical herb? There wasn't really a lot we could do there. Oh, very nice evade, Ben. See, with that evade, the sad thing is we now could have healed him instead, but, like, I didn't know that at the time. I'm actually gonna kill this guy first because we can just one-shot him, and then that's one less enemy on the battle. That keeps the amount of damage that's being done down more, you know, rather than just chip the other guy. And you can have Luke start attacking this guy. Like I said, you can see that we're already down like 4 enemies left. This is not a long battle. It's difficult because you can get overwhelmed, but you kind of, either you get through the initial rush or you don't. It doesn't linger. Oh, the poison is really annoying. Hopefully Tao will not get doubled here. She can survive 1 hit as long as some crit. Good. Fuck! Ah, that's exactly what I was worried about, the double. And again, he didn't double last time he attacked her. That's just random chance. That's part of the game. And, you know, sometimes you can just... She had full HP. Sometimes you can just randomly die. But I really needed her in that exact spot because she had to hit those 3 zombies and just help us out. So, it was necessary. She's not gonna kill that guy. It's hard to decide what's the best move, because she's not gonna do enough to kill the skeleton, so she could get this guy in range for someone else to get the KO. I don't know, maybe I should have attacked the skeleton. It's sort of hard to pick. Chris might be able to take him out, though. Well, at least we're close. Very nice, Chris. The healers will not generally get a lot of attacks, so... This... they can fight right now, that's not gonna last. You know, you gotta enjoy it while we have it. Very good, man. Okay, so, you know... We survived kind of the initial onslaught where it got a little crazy. And we can kind of just mop up the rest. Like, most of the battles in this game take a very long time. This one, you know, I was like, oh, I have about another 15 minutes before I want to break this episode up. I think this is like a cutscene where the guy joins after, so we're gonna go over time a little. But the battle will actually be wrapped up in a surprisingly timely fashion. Assuming that we don't get, like, super unlucky and this guy, like, double hits Ben and crazy. You know, I mean, you never know, right? He can actually attack this zombie, so he's gonna start doing that. I think he might actually KO it. This should be good. We can wrap this. Yeah, good. We can just continue mopping up. Now we just have these last two guys. He has 1 HP. Please don't double. If he doubles, we could literally lose the whole battle. Like, literally right there, it was just like, this is based on luck. Either he's gonna double or he's not. And we have no way to know which, because it is a little random. Oh, this is... I forgot, this is not a zombie. This is the boss of the level, this ghoul. As you can see, he is a lot stronger than the others. I'm actually gonna have Gort heal Ben, because he could get one shot, and obviously we do not want that. We would lose the entire battle. Very good, Gort. Or Gong, rather. I mix up their names all the time because they both start with G-O. Pretty easy to do. Ben killed his skeleton. Now we just have that ghoul left. The ghoul is very tough. And like, as we go on in the game, you know, right now zombies are tough enemies. Once they start getting less tough, eventually we'll be fighting ghouls, you know. As you do. Stuff progresses. We can't... It's hard to do a ton of damage to him. He's very... Yeah, I'm gonna have... Actually, I will have him move to the back. Just actually, yeah, even all the way to the back, just so we can get more people surrounding him. Because there's nobody really squishy behind him right now. Very good. I think the ghoul is... It's pretty slow. It doesn't necessarily get, like, a ton of turns, so I think we'll be... I thought they were weak to fire, but maybe I'm thinking of sort of Peja, so I'm just gonna have her use freeze because it's a little more powerful. Oh, no, they might resist freeze. The game doesn't really tell you any of this stuff, and it's been such a long time since I played it. Ooh, needs to heal. Ooh, Hans is gonna die from poison if he doesn't get a good heal. Okay, let's do this, Hans. You must live! Yeah, and after this battle, I gotta remember to, give him the steel arrow and then swap the power ring to May. I know I could give it to Arthur, but I just really like May, and also Arthur is not as tanky, so it's more useful to have May be able to do a lot of damage. Because she's good to have in the front row due to her tankiness. I'm actually gonna have him just cast Detox, I guess. We have it, might as well use it, right? Poison isn't that... Like, it can be bad because, like, with Arthur, it can pick you off when you're down a low HP sometimes, but... You know, we might as well just, because what else was he gonna do? Okay, I think... We're almost done with this... How did a ghoul, a slow-ass ghoul, evade you, buddy? But we're almost done with this guy. Just need a little more... We're whittling him down. Gong, honestly, he could actually be one-shot by him, but, like, we gotta do the damage, you know? Let's try Blaze. I think the undead are, like, strong against ice and weak against fire, I think. Well, that did more anyway. Maybe the ghoul just has magic resistance? I don't really know. Okay, hopefully this time he can hit. Good job, Ken. You made up for your previous failure. You can see the ghoul did not get very many turns. He's pretty slow. Oh, +3 attack. Okay, that was great. And more HP. Ken is shaping up very nicely. Very, very nicely. I am Balboroy. I was turned to stone by Dark Soul when he took the bodies of the dead. So Dark Soul has the power to raise the dead and turn them into zombies. And again, one of the spookiest parts about this little mission is that when the people running around the Abbey, like that guy we found in the graveyard and stuff, they seemed conscious. They seemed confused about where they were and what had happened. So it's like, on some level, did the zombies we're fighting, like, still have some remnant of consciousness of who they used to be? Are they, like... I mean, I guess at least we're like, freeing them from their suffering, but it's like, oh, creepy. And Amun will also join the Shining Force. So now, we finally have more characters than the deploy limit, as you recall. Because we only had one spare slot. So the first time, we have to actually choose characters. Actually pretty good on time here. Are there any people left at all? I think no. I guess the entire place deserted. I thought maybe there was like one non-dead person or something, but I guess everybody was dead. Here we are. Almond. Thank you for saving Balbroy. Let me go with you too, let me go with you so I too can fight evil. These two are great. They get pretty strong, and because they can fly, they can ignore terrain. They're not going to be slowed down by mountains. They can cross water. I think there's a couple battles there where there's like holes in the ground. They can cross those. They're really useful. Love them. To reach Ulaanbaatar, you must go through Bastok. We will guide you there. Again, no idea why. Because remember, in the town, the mayor was like, you have to go to Ulaanbaatar, but you should go to Shade Abbey first. But that, unless he knew this guy was here and would help us, there seems to be no reason for us to have gone here. Like, a lot of the places we go in this game feel a little side questy. Even Alterone, we just went there on the way to Mount Arena. The Legacy of the Ancients is still a mystery. Will they ever solve it? It's not a mystery! It's not! We just read a book that explained. And that, like, lady in the pool told us also, there's an evil sealed behind the door. It's really dangerous. Don't let it out. Like, what more is there to know? This is not a complex story. Oh, but we finished Chapter 2. The Spirit of the Holy Spring was that person we met. Okay, that makes sense now. Chapter 3. Oh, this is exciting because in Chapter 3, there's some secret stuff. I looked up a guide to remember where all it is. There's a few secrets we can find. Secret Weapon of Runefaust. Runefaust also has a secret they're going to show us. The Shining Forest arrived in Bastok, a town built into a mountainside. We are going to get some new party members in Chapter 3. A bunch of cool peeps. Oh, I guess I have to search this sign instead. We must have come up this narrow little path. But yeah, this game also has, like, in each chapter, once the chapter's over, you cannot backtrack to previous areas. Oh yeah, I remember now. In this town, like, all the people are, like, forced into labor in this mine, so we have to rescue them. Let's see what they got. I'll just play a little longer. Oh, the Power Spear. So, yeah, so remember how we got the Power Staff in the last town? Well, all of the weapons have an upgraded form. And the Power Spear is the upgrade to the Spear, which had been falling behind a little. Still nothing better than the middle sword. Oh, I think the middle axe is actually a little stronger. It's more expensive anyway. And the Steel Arrow, we've already got one. So this is why the healers kind of drop off, because they got their upgraded weapon first, but everyone else is now about to get one too. You can see why we have 5,000 coins, but buying new equipment when you get to a new place can be a bit spendy. Like, this is 900 gold, and we've got 3 knights. We'll have more later on. But I want them all to have a Power Spear, because that 2-range attack can be so useful when you're in tight quarters, and, like, you can only have so many people adjacent to an enemy, it just gives you more attacks. So obviously I want them to be able to do decent damage, and I believe the middle axe is stronger than the middle sword. So I'm gonna buy one for both of these two, and as you can see, that has used up most of our money. So, like, imagine if we hadn't found that spare arrow and other stuff, you know? Like, just, oh, it's... Oh, and we're gonna sell all of our old stuff. First, we gotta equip everything. Oh, man. Yeah, it's only 3 more points, but hey, we've all, you know, now seen in this Let's Play, there are definitely times when we've attacked someone and, like, left them at 1 HP. It's frustrating, you know, it leaves more of your dudes in danger, so those 3 extra points... I honestly would say this is a game where it's worth it. This is not a game where your attacks are, where you have to use, you know, you're typically leaving so much HP in each attack that it's like, oh, 3 extra points won't matter. It will matter. Yeah, and you can see the Power Spear. Oh, the other lance I think is the Chrome Lance. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, sorry about that. Could not be helped. Oh no, it's still the Bronze Lance. The next upgrade to the lance is called the Chrome Lance. If I remember right, we don't get it yet. For now, the Power Spear is actually better than the lances, so there's no reason to use anything else ever. Oh, oops, wrong guy. Oh, I really wish, in Sword of Hasia, when you're in the camp between battles, there's no towns in that one, it's just you go to the camp. I already equipped him. The equip menu is just a menu, you can just go through everyone, you don't have to keep opening it every time. I'm just equipping everyone now because that way I won't forget before the next battle and I can sell all the stuff we don't need. Yeah, that is a very nice, and you can see that our healers were up to 19 attacks, so they were just as good as the rest of the party. Now that we have the improved weapons, that is no longer the case. Did I already equip him? I thought I did. Yes, I did. Let me check if I did Gord. Oh, it's... Well... So those couple battles before everyone else got their upgraded weapon, that was the last. That was really the last time they would be competitive. It was a brief moment. Hans, traded for this Domingo egg, I guess. Oh, do we have to buy? I kind of thought the new guys... Oh, good, they both come with a middle sword. They use swords. Yeah, this bumps Hans up quite a bit. I'm gonna remove his power ring. You know, I think I'm gonna go to headquarters and see who needs it most. What items do they even have at this point? They're basically the same. We just... Yeah. We kind of have plenty. We've been doing fine, mostly because I just die in battles instead of using items. But we've been doing fine. So we'll just explore the town until I can find the save point, I guess. Yeah, so in this town, all the men have been forced into labor in the quarry. Life on a cliff, high altitude cookbook, very delightful. And you know what's funny is, like, these people live on the cliffside, right? So you would think this is the town of the bird people, but they seem to mostly be normal humans. Dragonia, land of dragons. We will be able to recruit a dragon later, by the way. It's great. Knights first, archers to the rear, and many more books. Although the knights can also use ranged attacks. So they don't need to be in the rear. Or they need to be in the front. Please rescue my husband. Yeah, so basically this town is also terribly oppressed by Runefest. How to fly up and away and many more books. Oh yeah, we're gonna meet a party member here, basically. Once we've rescued everyone from the quarry. And he's this old guy who built himself a flying machine. Which again, I just love how many like weird character concepts are on this game. Stuff that like, this is just a fantasy game. This is a fantasy game, but there's so many like weird, some like low-key sci-fi and just all kinds of wacky stuff. Oh, Xylo is also a party member. He's a werewolf, so he needs to be cured. So basically, there's a lot of reasons we have to go to this quarry. There are many books in strange languages. Well, he is an alchemist. There are many books in strange languages. Oh, I wish his house was slightly bigger, so he did not block the door. This is the way to the quarry, I think. Yeah, we don't want to go there yet, because that's obviously going to be a battle, which is going to be safe for next time. My husband was taken away in the middle of building our house. It's only half done. It does look very small, but it already has a bookcase, so that's... It's kind of funny that that's what you put in first. Let's see what's up here. I don't remember where the place that saves your game is, so... Oh, this is the headquarters, so... Let's go check out our new friends, and also decide who to give the power ring to. Alright, so they're both level 5, which... They're not like super behind the party or anything. We've still got some others level 5. Arthur is still level 5. Mostly we're a little higher than that, but they're not bad. So this is Almond the Birdman. I think that's what that stands for. You can see they have a lot of agility and they have high movement. He's only level 5, so his attack isn't that high just yet. And here's Balbaroy. He's got really good attack. He's a bit stronger. Who should get the power ring? He's got 22 attack. He does not really need it. 24. With her upgraded weapon, she's fine as well. He's fine. I wish I could just scroll through them instead of checking one by one. He's only got 21, so he's a possibility until I level him up a bit. Oops. I skipped ahead to Henri by accident. Luke. He's fine. Either that or I'll give it to... Actually, Gong would not be a bad choice because he can't equip weapons is the thing. So he's... unless there's one you can buy from later, I don't remember. But he's dependent on his stats alone. And so you can see how everyone else got a huge boost by getting an upgraded weapon. He can't get that kind of one-time sudden boost. Honestly, he's only got 20 attack. Maybe the power ring would be good for him. But, again, until these two level up, they're going to be a bit behind. Well, we also have to decide who to put in the party. Because we finally... Also, these two are dead right now. Sorry, you two. I don't know why someone didn't get added automatically. I sort of thought they always did, but maybe since we got 2 of them at once. But you can see they're hanging out back here. Boring, I want action. People have different quotes depending on whether they're in the party or not. And you can see that eventually we'll have like people hanging out back here in our army. Those are our first 2. So, Who should go in the party? I really like the Birdmen, so I'm definitely gonna use at least one of them. Luke is a possible drop. It's not that his attack isn't good, but his HP is not, and he's just a little slow. I don't know. Gort has been performing a little better, I think, and also I like his character sprite. He looks like a dwarf. I like May and Ken. They're both really good. Arthur, I don't know if I'll really use him long term. I might drop him. He's not that great. Tao is staying. Henri is staying. I think I'll keep Lo for now because having 2 healers is nice. Gong is I do think he's useful because he can do a little side healing, but he is a potential drop for sure. Hans is staying. He'll get some really kick-ass weapons later. He'll get like a range 3 weapon. Well, we can at least add one of them for now, so it's just a matter of whether to add the other. So Balborough starts out more powerful, so I'm gonna add him. Oh, I guess. Oh right, one of the people in the party is me, I guess. So I thought we got everyone on the mat and me as a bonus. Oh, that makes this much harder. Oh, maybe I will just give up on training Arthur. Like because you can grind, I could theoretically train everyone, but like, oh, and we're gonna get so many new people soon too. We're gonna get, later on we'll have Domingo, and like I'm definitely using him. The flying machine guy is really cool. Xylo, the werewolf, is really cool. So like, you know, we can only store so many people in our party. Oh, I'm so conflicted. This is really tough. Guys, this is so difficult to decide. I'm gonna kick Luke out first, just because I think he's kind of boring, I guess. I feel like there's not necessarily a point in training Amon, because like Xylo and Flying Guy and Domingo, like I have other people who are definitely joining, and I think Amon would be one of the drops. I think eventually I'll also drop Gong and Arthur, so that'll be like Xylo and Domingo, and then for Flying Dude, by that time maybe we'll be ready to drop Lo. Either that or maybe one of our knights. Oh, it's so... I guess it's like, this is my spot. I thought you got the full carpet full, but I guess not. Actually, I think I'll put Amon in now. No, but his weapon isn't, he's not as strong. Like, Arthur is at least a bit useful. Oh, it's so tough when you get to the point at which you can no longer have everyone in the party all the time. Because, like, I love all of them. All but Xylo, who's crazy, and a werewolf. Oh, here's the save point. Okay, I think I'll just wrap up the rest of the town, though. Now that we know where it is. You know, just so we can start the next one straight into the battle, basically. Oh yeah, tell me about Xylo. The Runefaust army poured something into Xylo's drink and made him crazy. We had to lock him up to protect ourselves. The history of Bustoke battling in the woods. Yeah, Xylo's like back here if I remember right. He's a werewolf, basically, is his deal. Hello, friend. There is a bridge in the valley that connects Bustoke and Pau. Pau is, I think that's the caravan town. And a lot of cool stuff will happen in that town. We're gonna get a bunch of awesome party members, and it's gonna be sweet. I guess we just can't chat with that guy. We met him in a previous town. He was like, I'm this adventurer, I'm always ready for adventure, and I guess he's climbing a mountain now. It's a fun little side detail. This town is really big, and it's pretty complicated. So until we get Lunar Dew, we cannot visit him, obviously. He's quite strong. Oh, it's so tough in this game to pick your final party because, like, there's so many cool characters. Like, I gotta say, oh, is this like the mayor or the king or what? I'm waiting for warriors that's shining for us. I am. A laser eye. Diane can lead you there. If Xylo were sane, he could surely help you. Oh, I forgot about her too. This is the other elf archer. Oh, and I really like her. Oh, it's... Choosing party members is really hard, guys. There's so many good party members. Like, legit though, this game, like, the character designs, as I've said before, the character designs are, some of them are super bonkers, and, like, there's no real explanation for why there's all these weirdos in the party. Let me res everyone. but they're also, the designs are really fun. And it makes the characters really memorable, you know? Like, they stand out in your mind, and like, some of them less than others. Like, Luke, honestly, he just shows up in their starting party, and there's no explanation of, like, who he is, or is he, like, your pal or something. There's not much to him. I guess Hans is the same way, but I don't know, the fact that he's, like, a random elf in your town makes him more funny to me. But there's so many quirky friends, you know? We gotta cure a few people, we got some poison going on here. Hans has it. Even Lo, yeah, he's boring and he's not as good, but, you know, he's supposed to be your buddy, I guess. He's cool, and the art is good, so you just kind of really like them all, right? Actually, let's go check on our new party member before we save. It's so hard to pick, you know, you got, like, bird people, and, like, random animal people, and werewolves, and so much going on. It's so fun. But you can't use them all. It's just not possible. And it's honestly, I would say, not really worth the large amount of time it would take to train them all. Because, like, you can only use so many party members in battle. And I would say it's not necessarily the case that, like Fire Emblem. I know, I always talk about Fire Emblem, but legit, in Fire Emblem, it can be worth it to train more. For one thing, you get different numbers of people per battle. So, like, sometimes you have some where you might get up to, like, 30, so you need more. But, beyond that, the different weapon types have different advantages, so in some, you know, you'll want to train at least some of each type, even if you don't always need them all in every battle. Whereas in this game, that's not really the case. So there's just not as much point in training people you're not going to regularly use. You just won't get that much benefit out of it. It's kind of better to just give up on them. How do I get back to the... I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. I get lost very easily in real life also, actually, in buildings and places, even in places that I go to all the time, so it's not particularly surprising that I also get lost easily in games. No, this was out on the cliffside, wasn't it? Yeah, this is... I was just there. One reason that SRPGs are nice is because, honestly, in standard RPGs, if they don't have a dedicated world map that's pretty easy to check, I get lost in those too. I still get lost periodically on the 10-minute walk from my house to the grocery store, even though I've lived here for 3 years. Oh, here it is. Oh, I have a serious problem with direction. I get lost all the time. I'm ready, but who to replace? Oh, and let's check Lo's quote. Luke, rather. This is pretty boring. Want to get in the fight? Never again, friend. Get used to it. Come on, Ben. Listen to the fun. We're bored down here. They all complain, too. It's like, guys, there's only so much room in this party. Let's go check out our new friend. I just really think archers, and I think her character design is cool. Use your... I accidentally clicked advice. His advice is use your flying friends well. Very generic advice, and monks and priests gain experience by healing. You don't say. You don't say. His advice is not... Can I replace him? Oh, and she comes in at level 6, which is nice. She's at the level of the party. And as you can see, she already has the steel arrow. Her attack is a little better than Hans, but she is fragile. She has no defense, and her HP is not good. She has good agility, though. Hans is a level higher, but you can see that his defense is actually even worse. He's a little faster, but he's basically similar to her. Although he's higher level, so maybe she's a little better. So let's... Oh, I know the obvious choice is to swap her in for Hans, so we still have the same number of archers, but I also really like Hans. Oh. I'm gonna swap out Arthur. I'm just not gonna use him, most likely, you know? I found in the past that you get a lot of knights during the game, we're gonna get others later, and like, he'll never stand out. He's not particularly tanky, he doesn't have that much HP, he's not unusually high in attack. So our bow's better against flying enemies, because I wasn't noticing that against the bats. But maybe it is the case, and I just couldn't... It isn't a big enough boost for me to have noticed it. This is what Arthur says when he's on the bench. Can I fight now? Come on, let me have that Dark Soul. You're not a very useful friend. His gimmick is that he can learn magic, but he just gets so little MP, and I think he gets like 1 spell, so he's not very good. Still, that decision was hard because, like, you know, you meet all these cool characters now in your party. You kind of wish you could use all of them. You know, they all have their charm. All right, so the headquarters is right next to. It is right next to. I don't understand how I can be this bad directions. I searched the entire town and it was right here. I somehow just overlooked that. Ugh. Sometimes I just don't understand myself. Okay, but in any case, this episode ran a little long, but that's fine. I wanted to just wrap up the town. So in this one, we got quite a lot done. After defeating the circus, we finally got a boat, but it was immediately sunk by one of our enemies. So we had to go north to Shade Abbey, which was kind of a little spooky horror side quest, which is a really well-done little horror side quest, I gotta say. We met some birdmen who took us to this cliffside town, who supposedly can help us. Unfortunately, the evil Runefaust is forcing them to labor in the quarry, so we're gonna have to free them in order to move on with our quest. And we're gonna meet a bunch of fun new party members. We finally got to the part of the game where you have more people in your army that you can use in each battle, so difficult decisions lie ahead, you know, just decisions that will hurt your heart because we have so many friends and we can't take them all with us. At least they can hang out in our headquarters. But yeah, next time there will be an epic battle in the quarry. I think we may get a new party member in that, if I'm remembering right. I think there's like a knight we get. And after that, in this town, we're going to meet quite a bunch of new people. So it's going to be pretty fun. Oh, and there's some new enemies in the quarry battle. So we got new weapons that jump up our power. The enemy is going to jump up their power as well. Oh, oops, let's save and quit again because I accidentally clicked yes. I was doing my outro and I wasn't paying attention to the button presses. But yeah, we made a lot of progress in this episode. In the next episode, we will free the people of this town from Runefaust and let them return to their homes. And meet so many new party members, some of whom are amazingly wacky. It will be great. Alright, Simone, until next time, and alright, viewers, look forward to the next episode of Shining Force.